You appreciate the kind of advice. I'm very passionate about creators and the creator space and making sure that creators get good deals and aren't ripped off, but that also creators know to set their expectations reasonable, right? Like, I think a lot of people want to skip steps when they're a creator and they want to jump ahead and they want to get all this like help and attention, but sometimes you're just not at that phase yet. It's important to know where you're at. It's just very tough. And it's always, there's always a dichotomy. Like, I'm sure we all have seen creators that like are still like, they're huge creators, but maybe they're editing their own videos and they're doing everything solo. And it's like, all right, well, you're at the size now where actually like managing the stuff outside of making videos is becoming so tough and time consuming that it makes just no sense for you to be doing this anymore. And knowing when to offload that to get help is important, but equally knowing that like, hey, maybe you're not ready to bring people on. Like maybe your operation isn't big enough, or you're not, you know, you're not at a large enough scale where it makes sense to do that. And it's so easy to think, well, I'm so close, but it's like, this stuff takes time and there's no rushing it. What if I'm shit at video editing? I think you need to learn how to video edit slightly as a creator. I think nowadays it's become less important, but I do think that you do need to learn how to video edit slightly as a creator, just so that this is only if you want to do YouTube. If you want to do Twitch, it doesn't matter. If you want to do YouTube, I even Twitch to some extent, I think it does matter. Knowing what is like a reasonable, like what is reasonable to a video editor and knowing how to talk to video editors is very important. Because if you don't know how to edit, you're going to start making weird demands that aren't reasonable. Like maybe you think in your head it's a simple change, and so you might say like, oh, can you just change this? But if you had some experience editing, you would know, this is like what you're asking is a little tough. And you know, maybe you can word it in a different way or ask for a slightly different change. YouTube editing is easy. It's very easy to learn. To be good at is a different thing. Etiquette more than the skill itself. Yeah. A little bit of everything. I think so, yeah. I think it's important to know how every system works. I mean, look, I'm sure you guys can think of countless Twitch creators that are really great streamers, but really struggle on YouTube or short form content or anything like that. It's a tough thing to do. Transitioning from Twitch to YouTube is really, really tough. I think it's a lot easier going from YouTube to Twitch, personally. But not so easy, but I still think it's definitely easier. Chris still edits his own videos. Chris edits, but also Chris has 2 editors, which a lot of YouTubers like Chris's style, where Chris really wants it a certain way. That's how a lot of them do it. Well, they'll have someone else chop it down, cut it down, and then someone like Chris might come in and do like finishing touches or make sure it's like up to what Chris wants. And so Chris could maybe give more detailed feedback. But that takes a lot of time because you have to train someone to kind of get to that, you know, you'd have to work with an editor, maybe spend 6 months training them to edit the way you want them to edit. Which pays more? YouTube pays way more than Twitch. Generally speaking, I think so. I think there are way more ways that you can become sustainable on YouTube, and you can make more money from YouTube, I'm pretty sure. If you can get monetized, yeah. So I mean, I stream all these hours, right? And I think I make more in ads, like monetarily wise, from the VOD channel than I do from Twitch ads, I believe. And that's just the VODs. So that's weird, right? Did I vote yet? I'm not American. Didn't revenue for small YouTubers go down a lot recently? I mean, it depends.